Hello everyone, my name is Allison Fry, and today we are going to be practicing our skills in probability using mugs in a box. We're going to start this project by randomly placing the cups in the box. The box is going to contain 2 blue cups, 3 white cups with some colorful art on it, 3 black mugs, 2 yellow mugs, 1 red mug, and 1 green mug. We're going to use our first experiment to calculate the probability of pulling a yellow and then a white out of a box. We're going to use our second experiment to calculate the probability of pulling a black then a green mug out of the box. And our last experiment is a little different. We're going to calculate the probability of pulling 2 black mugs out of the box. So we're going to be calculating all of these probabilities assuming that it's without replacement. Meaning that once I take 1 mug out of the box, I do not put it back in the box. So that affects our probability quite a bit. But after we do one problem and we move on to the next one, that's assuming that we're putting all of the mugs that we used for the previous experiment back into the box. The first thing we're going to write down is that we have 12 mugs and list out how many of each mug. There are 2 yellow, 3 white, 3 black, 2 blue, 1 red, and 1 green. And that way we can refer back to that whenever we need to. The next thing that we need to write down is our sample size. Our sample size is whatever odds we have of pulling out in this box, meaning whatever possibilities we could have. So our only possibilities would be the colors that are in the mug. Yellow, white, black, blue, red, and green. So there's no purple mug in the box, so purple cannot be in our sample size. So we're going to start with our first experiment. And our first experiment is going to be the probability of pulling out a yellow, then a white. So the first thing that we have to do is find the probability of pulling out a yellow. And we know that there are 12 mugs in the box, so on the bottom we're always going to have a 12. Then we go back up here and we look and see how many yellow we have, and there are 2. So 2 out of 12 is our probability for yellow. Then we multiply by the probability of finding white without putting any of the yellow back in the box. So we've taken 1 yellow out, so there's only going to be 11 mugs left in the box. And our probability of finding a white is 3, because there are 3 whites, so 3 out of 11. The next thing that we can do is see if we can simplify anything in these 2 fractions. And we can definitely simplify 2 over 12. We can divide both by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then we can't simplify that one, so 3 over 11. So 1 over 6 multiplied by 3 over 11, and we multiply right across. So 3 times 1 is 3, and 6 times 11 is 66. But we're not done because we want to see if we can simplify this. And we can. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 66 divided by 3 is 22. So our probability of pulling a yellow then a white is 1 over 22. And then now we're going to do another experiment using, like I said earlier, we're going to assume that we put all of the mugs back in the box and we're starting completely over. This experiment is going to be the probability of finding a black mug, then a green mug. So we start out with 12 on the bottom because all of the mugs are back in the box. Black, we can see up here that there are 3 black mugs, so we put 3 over 12. We multiply again. We multiply by the odds of having a green. So the 11 goes on the bottom because we already pulled one out. And we only have 1 green mug in the box, so 1 over 11. This right here can be simplified. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. This right here cannot be simplified, so we just bring the 1 over 11 over here. And then we multiply across again. 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 11 is 44. And so our odds of pulling a black than a green is 1 over 44. Now the last one is going to be a little different. We're going to find the odds of pulling 2 black mugs out of the box. This is again without replacement, and we put all of the mugs back from the experiment before. So we start out with 12 again because we haven't pulled anything out. And again, we have 3 black mugs. So our first probability is 3 over 12. Then when we come over here, we've already pulled 1 mug out, so it's 11. But we're trying to find 2 blacks, so we can't use 3 again because 1 has already been pulled out, so we have to have 2 over 11. These again can be simplified. 3 divided by 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. And 2 over 11 cannot be simplified, so we just bring that over again. 1 times 2 is 2, and 4 times 11 is 44. And this can also be simplified like the one earlier. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 44 divided by 2 is 22. So our odds of finding 2 black mugs is 1 over 22.